Well, happy Tuesday. I am Lorraine Brock. I'm a professional organizer and owner of Get Organized. We're a professional organizing company that services the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, as well as East Texas Tyler area and Oklahoma City area. And this week is, like every week, is Tip Tuesday. And today is Tuesday. And we're going to be giving away some tips. So today's tips is all about closet tips and tricks, things that you can do in your closet. So I'm actually in my closet, and while you're not going to get the entire tour of the closet today, it will be in the future. I do want to point out some things in my closet. I guess we've been in our home about 20 years, and when we first moved in, like many closets, it's just whatever the builder had in there, and often there is just a single shelf going across with a bar or a couple of bars, and you're left to yourself to try to maximize your space using very minimal storage spaces in most closets, not a lot of accessories or shelving. And so it took a while, but a few years ago, we actually redid the closet. And I do remember spending about 4 hours sort of designing it and deciding what I wanted. Now, I could have spent upward from, $4,000 to $10,000. It's easy for a custom closet. But I went sort of on the lower end of the custom closets in order to meet my budget. But I love the look, I love the feel and the function. And our closet is actually pretty big. Both my husband and I share it. So today you're going to get to see sort of part of my section. I've got another section too, but I love it. So I came in and I added some drawers and shelving based on the items that we had. I thought that was really important. I just didn't want to put a bunch of shelves in and not exactly know what I was going to be putting. So when I made my closet or designed it, I counted the average amount of shoes that I had, always leaving room for more shoes. That's sort of a weakness with me. I love shoes. And so, when you organize and design a closet, you want to not only just know what you have, but you're probably going to be taking in some more as well over within the future. So this is sort of my section, and as you can see, all these, in fact, except for some dresses over here, are my actual shirts, blouses, sweatshirts. And so I'm going to be talking about some tips and some tricks that you can do with your closet. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about is a color wheel. This is my color wheel, and there's different ways you can organize your clothing. Some people just hang it anywhere. And then when they're ready to find that shirt they're looking for or that matches something else, they're having to dig through other clothing to actually find it. And that's sort of a waste of time. I want to get you guys out and on time for whatever you're going to, work, interview, school, whatever it is. So the best thing to do is make sure your clothing has some kind of organization as far as what the hanging clothes. Now, some of you will hang your t-shirts, others will fold your t-shirts. So we're just talking whatever clothing that you actually hang is going to be what we're going to talk about. So the color wheel. The color wheel is designed for you to put your clothing in a color coordinated series. So you normally start, and you can do this any way you want, but I normally start with white and then work my way around, ending with black. Or you could do it the opposite way, start with black and end with white. So great color wheel. It's great to have one and just keep it posted somewhere, because eventually you'll probably start memorizing it, but it's a great thing to do. So you can even laminate it if you want. But you can see behind me, I have a section over here that is my whites, and behind it is my blacks. And what I've done is there's not enough room for me to do my entire color wheel here. So I've had to use a section behind me. So I've had my closet broken down by the color wheel, but a unique thing I also have is my closet is broken down into zones. And I'm going to sort of bring this up to the camera, and you can see, I know it's backwards, but we're going to have this for you guys too. What we're going to do is, this is a list of categories that you can also put your clothing in. So I choose not to do every single piece of my clothing in a color coded all the way through. I actually like to group them in sections so I'm able to find what I'm looking for, but then also in the color scheme that I'm wanting. So for example, over here, I have some vest, and it's color coded from white to right now purple. And I just actually bought a brand new vest. We're going to hit the vacation scene here soon to Austria. And so I'm needing some clothing for layering. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to actually put it right here as soon as probably our segment's done today. So, and then I have my like sweatshirts, sweat jackets, and then it gets into more of my casual clothing. Then I do have my turtlenecks are here, and then it goes into my white blouses and my black blouses. And then we have the colors completely coming over here, all the way to the end. So you don't have to color code your clothes from whatever color you start with all the way to the end. You can also do that in sections, which is what I've chosen to do, which makes me be able to find things again much quicker. So I love the color coding. And so what we're going to be doing today is showing you a little bit about when you have some clothing also that's not the same solid color. So for instance here, I have some turquoise items here, and these are all solids. And then what I've done is at the end of it, I've actually put the ones that are more patterned. So that's a little question sometimes that we get when you're color coding clothes. Where do you put the clothes that have multiple colors? What you do is take your shirt that is the multicolored, and you're going to take that and you're going to put that at the end of your turquoise area. So that will put a little bit more pattern towards the end of that color zone, which is what you want all the way through that. So, all right. So tip number 2, hangers. I've got a lot of tips about hangers, and we're going to talk about hangers, but these are my hangers, and I got most of these at Bed Bath & Beyond. However, you can get them a lot of different places, Container Store. I will tell you, you want to watch the quality if you go to other stores. Sometimes we've noticed as organizers with our clients' homes that these will come out with the cheaper ones more frequently. So I would suggest buying a higher quality. What doesn't have to be necessarily Container Store quality, but I love the Bed Bath & Beyond. And also note that when you change the brand that you're using, the colors will slightly change too. So you may have a darker beige versus a lighter beige. So one of the tips about hangers is that the hangers in your closet really want to be able to save you a lot of storage space. So I have chosen to go with a huggable style hanger. It doesn't have to be the name brand. And the huggable style hanger really is very thin. So it's not a tube hanger, and it will allow you to get a lot more of this in your closet, a lot more clothing in your closet. So one of the things I also do is in clients' homes that are having a very difficult time with purging, I want to help them with the purging and try to do it where they can do it throughout the year potentially. So if you are cleaning out your closet and you're done, a suggestion would be to take the clothes that you're putting back into your closet that's hanging and take them and put them backwards, just like this. So what the idea is here is every time you come into your closet and you take something out and you were to wear it and wash it, hang it up the correct way. That way, at the end of the year, any of the hooks of the hanger that's going to be facing backwards still is clothing that you're not wearing. So it's really easy. So if you do this over a course of a year, you can start it now. You can start the first of the year. It allows you to visually see what you think you might be wearing, but you're really not. So that is a really good tip that I love to give our clients that will help them with knowing what to consider to get rid of. It may be a special outfit that you absolutely only wear once a year or twice a year. It may be something that you haven't worn in a year. Maybe there's a wedding you haven't gone to, but that's a wedding dress. That obviously can be considered when you're deciding to get rid of it. So once everything is back to the way you want it, you can redo that every year. What I would suggest is putting a date on your calendar for when you need to look at your hangers and make decisions on them. Don't just keep it up here. I always tell everyone there's a difference between planning to do something and scheduling it. So don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this next year. Actually, just put a reminder on your calendar, just like you would a dentist appointment. Put a calendar reminder and say, just check your closet, check your hangers in your closet, so you'll be able to make decisions on what you can purge and get rid of. So the hanger thing is really good. So these are huggable hangers. I do like the more tan ones better. I think black looks better, but I like the tan ones better myself. And the reason why is because it doesn't show dust. You know, over time, when your clothes are hanging, especially if you haven't worn them in a while, or just the hangers that you use over a period of time, dust can sort of settle on these. And so I've noticed in some of our clients' homes and in other closets that I've been in that this can get a little bit dusty. So not that the dust is not here, you just can't see it with the beige ones. So that's why I go with them. So the hanger thing. The other tip on hangers is making sure that when you take off something off of a hanger, you don't keep the hanger there. I've seen this a lot. These are things that I'm talking about that I see often. So the hanger comes off and there needs to be a place where you put it. I would suggest putting it sort of at the end of your end of your clothing. And as you accumulate them throughout the week, when you're ready to do laundry, then you can just grab them and take them back to your laundry room and be able to use them. Now, there's stands that will hold these and that can be in the floor of your closet, and they're all well and good. But without spending any money and taking up additional floor space, it'd be really good just to hang them somewhere. I don't want to spend time going through clothing and picking out closets. And I would have your whole family do this, because if you're collecting hangers throughout the house, it's really easy just to go grab the bunch from everyone's closet or have them do it. So it's a little tip there that you can do with your hangers. So our third tip. So I left this shirt right here because I was going through my closet the other day and I was thinking about what I do to purge and to keep my closet from being totally disorganized. And so this closet has not been organized, like a full organization or decluttered, since I actually had it installed. So that's probably been at least 3 years. And yet it's impeccable condition. It's beautiful. But I do have to keep up with it. So what my rule of thumb is, and I'm sure you've heard this before, is anytime something comes in, something has to go out. And it doesn't have to be the same thing. So I actually had a few white shirts that I was going through, and these just have, discoloring under the armpit, or they're just sort of a dingy white. I'm thinking, I am not going to wear this anymore. So I'm going to get rid of it. And instead of leaving it in my closet to actually do a big purge, what I do is when I find the items that I will no longer use, I actually remove them from my closet immediately. I may not have time to do anything with them, but I folded them up and I'll just put them to the side. And then as I have time, I'll take them out to, we have a garage area that we have a donate area in. So anything that is leaving my closet that I'm going to donate is actually going to end up in the garage in our donated area. So I told you I bought this vest here. So the vest is coming in while the shirt is going out. So I guess you could say these are, clothes, they're clothings, they're tops. They do serve a different purpose, but they are a piece of clothing. So, but the other day, I was putting something else in my closet, and I noticed that I had a purse. So above me here, I have a container that has my purses in it that I use periodically. Some are seasoned, some go with particular outfits, some I've just chosen not to use, but they're still good right now. And then I have another one for like my travel bags when I'm going traveling on airplanes or in a vehicle. I have different, or the beach, I have different types of bags that help me stay organized. So I noticed in my purse container up there that this is not something that I'm probably going to use again. And I'm like, I need to get rid of it. So I exchanged out a shirt for a purse that I was getting rid of. So it doesn't have to be the same category. It doesn't have to be identical like items. It could be a pair of shoes or a belt. The idea is just whatever comes in needs to go out. My husband's really bad about collecting t-shirts. He loves t-shirts. A lot of his friends at church get him witness wear t-shirts. They also, he gets them from men's retreats or picks them up at whatever. And he loves t-shirts. Well, he has like 2 drawers of t-shirts. And so when he sees a nice t-shirt, we always say, when you're going to bring one in, you have to take one out. And so it's hard because he doesn't have unlimited room for his t-shirts, and therefore he does have to make some decisions sometimes. So it doesn't always happen right when we walk in the door. Sometimes it does. We're really good about that. We sort of self-discipline. But we've also know that we don't try to unpack it and put it up unless we're willing to make that decision. So sometimes if we're getting ready in the morning together, I'll see this new t-shirt in this shopping bag, and I'll say, hey, which t-shirt would you like to get rid of? So we're sort of, I guess, keeping each other accountable with that. But that's a great tip, I believe, to help keep your closet decluttered without having to do a massive purge throughout the year, is just take out items you don't use when you see them. And when you bring items in, find something in your closet that can leave and go in your donation box. And that donation box can be in your closet. It could be out in your garage. It could be in another closet in the house. But it's just an area that is accumulating things that you don't want to use and you're going to give away, and they don't stay in the areas that they're in and take up unwanted or actually needed space. So hopefully you've loved the 3 tips on the closet this week. I want to tell you what we're going to give away. So we're going to give away the color wheel and that other document that I showed you about the areas of clothing. One of our organizers put that together, and I thought it was a fabulous idea. And so the first 10 people that request this will be sent one of these. So make sure you make a comment below that you want. And even if it's you're viewing the video after it's been live, if we don't have 10 people, still make a comment that you want one, and we'll message you and get your information and send you out a color wheel and some additional closet decluttering information. So also, we got now our Tip Tuesday's tool. Okay, what could be in here? I love this. Actually, I have fallen in love with this box and what things go in it every single week. It's crazy. I'm like, oh, I want to put that in there. And I originally decided I wanted to do like 1 item. And then the first segment we did last week, I did 3 items, which I knew I would. And I couldn't narrow it down to just 1. So I have 2 items this week. And sometimes these items will be related to the topic we're talking about, and other times they will not be. So don't think that they're closet ideas on every one of them today. So the first tip, okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, so in the theme of Thanksgiving coming up, but this could be for any occasion, I love these placemats that are chalkboard placemats. I love them. And I'll give you a little picture there of what it does. And what I like about it, Lorraine, how does this stay organized? Okay, so here's how you do. So organization is just not how a space looks. It's about how it functions. Organization can be about organization about how you set the table, to how you keep your calendar, to how you plan your meals. So organization is just not about like physical spaces. So on this, I thought, would this not be a great thing to organize some fun around the table for Thanksgiving for the entire family? Maybe a game, maybe a drawing, charade type, game. It could be that you have everyone decorate their own placemat and put something that they're thankful for. It could keep the kids busy during after they're done if they need to stay at the table. I mean, there's just all kinds of things you can do with this. You could put, if you're not doing it for Thanksgiving and you wanted to do it for a girls' night out or a family meal, you could put some trivia questions on it or have some games. It's just unlimited things you can do. So I really like these. I believe I got these at Container Store. I did. And I don't remember how much they were, but I think they were less than $10, and there is 12 in the package. So I really, really love this about organization. And I guess you could use them as a large label as well. I'm all about multi-purpose things. You'd have to find some way for them to stick, but I do like these very much. Some organized, some family fun around the table. Okay, so the next thing in our toolbox of tips here is a closet rod S-hook. So this can be used for the closet. You can hang these on your existing rod here in your closet. And then what will happen here is you can hang scarves or belts on them. Really good way. You could actually hang long necklaces on them if you want to, though I think that would get jumbled up and sort of stuck together. But the other thing I do with these is outside in a garage, if you have a metal shelving that sort of has a lot of like ventilated shelving, it's wire shelving. You can hook these onto the side of any kind of metal, I guess plastic too, like Rubbermaid, and you can hang other things on there like swim bags or yard tools or buckets with stuff in them. It just has additional hooks that you can use on the side of some kind of freestanding shelf. Some of these freestanding shelves can absolutely be in a room, like a craft room. I've seen these shelves, but also out in the garage. So S-hooks, this one actually came from, I believe this one came from Bed Bath & Beyond, but Walmart also sells these at a really good price. I know they come in, I think, black and white at Walmart. So S-hooks are really good. I've even seen where you can put up a bar, like a towel bar, inside of a garage or even inside of a bathroom and hang things from the towel bar with the S-hook. So you would have a wall full of whatever it is that you're hanging, yard tools or hand tools or jewelry or scarves. So just really great, inexpensive solution to help maximize your space and get you organized. So awesome. Well, I think we're about done today. I want to sort of tell you what's going to happen next week on Tip Tuesday. We're going to be talking about your space. And we're going to be talking about how to declutter your space when there's a whole lot of clutter. Now, it can absolutely be used, the what I'm going to tell you, the systems and the processes, even if you just got a small closet with a little clutter. But a lot of our clients are very, very overwhelmed of where to start when there's a lot to do. So I'm going to actually come in and talk to you guys about how to organize and declutter your space. But then I'm also going to be giving away a organizing product next week. So you want to make sure you come back, make sure you watch, and you're going to get some great, yummy tips. So leave comments below of the ideas that you liked. Remember, our 3 tips were about categories and color coding your clothes, as well as hanger ideas, all kinds of things you can do with your hangers. And all about ways to easily purge and keep your closet organized. So anyway, enjoyed completely with you guys talking to you. Don't forget to leave a message below, and we'll be glad to give you a color wheel and send it your way, as well as the document that shows the category of clothing. So I'm Lorraine Brock with Get Organized here on Tip Tuesday. Make sure you come back every Tuesday for some tips, and more tips on all things organized. Thank you. Goodbye.